Hey y'all, welcome back to another Mask Monday. Might look like our very first episode, Halloween 3. That's because it's the best Halloween film in the franchise, and these ones glow in the dark. Alright, I'm super excited to talk about the big three again. As I've said in the past, they're my favorite movie masks of all time. In the film, in the commercial, it says they glow in the dark, and you can see them glowing in the commercial. But this is the first time that they've ever released these masks and they actually glow in the dark. So it also changed their paint job a little bit, so let's look at them more in detail. We'll start with the Dompost skull. Okay, so this is the Pat Newman Dompost skull, as seen in Halloween 3. This is the first time that this mask has ever been released as a glow-in-the-dark mask. The masks in the movie, they were advertised as being glow-in-the-dark, but none of those masks were actually glow-in-the-dark. Those were the jumbo white skulls that they used in the film, and that kind of defined how the Dompost skulls looked after that movie. They were like the, sponged white version, but it's really cool that Tots finally released a glow-in-the-dark version of this mask. But in addition to it being glow-in-the-dark, I'm just really happy with the overall paint jobs that they did on this new line. This skull, for example, has a lot more of like a yellow tone to it, and it looks closer to how they did in the movie. I don't think that has too much to do with it being glow-in-the-dark, honestly. Usually the glow-in-the-dark paints will dry translucent, but I think that Tots just wanted to kind of take this time, like since they were going to redo the whole Halloween 3 line, to just make them a little bit more screen accurate and make them look a little bit different on the shelf. Like if you put the original Tots line up right next to this new glow-in-the-dark one, they all have a different tone to the colors. And same basic principle, they start with the black base and then they stipple the white on top. But this white is just, again, a little more yellowy, a little more bony, and I'm really happy with how this one came out. And what I think is also cool is since Tots kind of redid these and they look a little more screen accurate, I think I'm going to get this whole Halloween 3 set, the glow-in-the-dark versions, kind of put them in place of where I've had my Halloween 3 set, and I think I'm going to repaint that original Tots Halloween 3 set to look just more like some vintage Dompost masks. So this one, for example, what I want to do is the classic Dompost brown skull, spray it brown and then stipple like a bone white on top of that. Those masks are kind of rare because they stopped making them once Halloween 3 came out, and they just kept making the jumbo white skulls. So it's cool to have both, and so I'm happy that now I have kind of like the white Halloween 3 version, but it's a little more yellowy and it glows in the dark, which is cool. When I go into my monster room, those 3 masks will kind of light up the room. So that's the Dompost Pat Newman skull. Let's look at the Hagatha Mask, which is also just known as the Halloween 3 Witch. It's the other kind of original vintage Dompost mask. Okay, so this is the Halloween 3 Witch mask, otherwise known as Hagatha. As I said in the past video, in 1981 they came out with the Hagatha Mask, which had a black hood and a super olive tone to the face. And then for Halloween 3 they made it that like day glow green. What's really cool about this glow-in-the-dark mask is Tots kind of did like a in-the-middle kind of paint job on it, where they muted the tones of the green a lot. It's more like a classic witch, olive-y kind of tone, but it's also still pretty bright like you see in the movie. It's kind of, their goal isn't to make an original Hagatha mask, it's to make a Halloween 3 mask. And so I think they did a really good job of making it look different enough from the last witch mask that they put out, but also still making it a little bit more screen accurate. I would like maybe in the future if they would do like a variant of this with a black hood. There's a lot of debate if the hood is black or green or blue, and it looks different in different shots from the movie. Tots went with the green hood again, as they did with the last line. And I love the green hood. I think that it displays really well, and you don't see this color a lot. But I would like to see a black hood on it in the future. But again, they're not trying to make a Hagatha mask, they're trying to make the Halloween 3 mask. And I think that they did a really good job with it. And when you see this one in glow in the dark, it's really cool because it's framed in by the hood, and it's just a really cool variant. So I'm happy to have this one and the original Tots one. I already did like a Hagatha conversion on an old Dompost H3 mask, so I don't know if I'll be painting my other one or not, but I'm still going to be adding this to my collection because I want the big 3, glow in the dark like they were originally supposed to be. So yeah, Tots did a great job on this one, and we'll look at the pumpkin mask, which was the only one sculpted specifically for the movie. All right, so here's the glow-in-the-dark pumpkin. Once again, I really love that they changed the overall color of this mask versus like when Tots first released the H3 masks. The H3 pumpkin that they originally released was that like bright day glow orange, and it looked very screen accurate. For this one, they changed it up. They just went with a paler version of it. I really love this version more, honestly. It's like a classic orange, like pumpkin orange, and it just looks quite different than the original one that they released. I would say like if you put this one next to the other pumpkin, it looks the most different, like compared to the skull or the witch. And they work as a line. It's like the skull, the witch, and the pumpkin for these new glow-in-the-dark versions. They're all like just more of a muted tone that they were originally, and they look more classic and vintage to me, and I like that a lot. And then of course they glow, so that's super fun. I'm really not sure how much stippling the glow-in-the-dark paint on top, or however they did that. My guess is once they're done with the paint job, you just stipple the glow-in-the-dark paint over top and it dries translucent. I don't think that played into the overall color of the masks too much. I could be wrong. I haven't done a lot of glow-in-the-dark masks, but the ones that I have, the glow paint just dries translucent. So I do think that they consciously chose to do different paint jobs on this set than their original set, and I'm really happy with them. I think that they make a perfect Halloween 3 set stock. They don't need any repaints, and because of course as a Halloween 3 fan and a mask person, I have to have both sets, and so that's fun because it gives me a chance to repaint my original set. I wouldn't paint the glow ones. I'm really happy with the way that these paint jobs turned out, but now I can kind of go and do my own fun thing with the original set. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with those. Maybe we'll do a video in the future where I can like repaint all 3 of the Halloween 3 masks just for fun and make them look different. But as far as being screen accurate, this new glow-in-the-dark set is already there, so you don't have to do that if you just want a set of Halloween 3 masks. So that'll do it. That's the big 3. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up this week's Mask Monday. I hope you enjoyed the glow-in-the-dark versions of the big 3. Like, share, subscribe, visit us at nightmaretoys.com, and don't forget to watch the big giveaway at 9 o'clock.